Hi everybody, I'm Andy the Vegandy. It's only 3 weeks until Christmas. The days are getting darker and colder, thus making me crave a lot of comfort food. One of my favorite comforting Sunday treats are fluffy poppy seed buns, and I'm sharing the recipe with you today. So let's get right into it. Alright, so let's make some fluffy poppy seed buns. For the buns, you need 1 cup of room-temperated plant-based milk. I use spelt milk. 1 pack of dry yeast. 3 cups all-purpose flour. 1/4 cup neutral oil. I use canola. 1/3 cup cane sugar. And a pinch of salt. In order to avoid sticking of the dough to the bowl, I coat the bowl with 1 tablespoon of neutral oil. For the filling, you need 1/2 cup of poppy seeds and 1/2 cup of plant-based butter. I use soy butter. And finally, for the topping, you need 1 cup of powdered sugar and a little bit of water. Start by pouring the milk into the bowl. Add 1/4 cup neutral oil. 1 tablespoon of coconut sugar and the yeast. Now mix everything together. Set it aside for 7 to 10 minutes to activate the yeast. You can easily see that the yeast is active when a foam starts to form. Alright, so once the yeast is activated, we can start adding the flour. It's best to sieve the flour step by step. You might not need all of it. So maybe 1 cup for the beginning. And then mix. Always add the flour about 1/3 or 1/2 cup a time. With the flour, also add a pinch of salt. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Yeah, just like this. So this should be it. That was about 2.5 cups of flour. And once the dough looks like this, put it on a lightly floured surface. Like this, and start to knead. So the dough is supposed to be a little bit sticky, but not too much. Knead it for about 1 or 2 minutes, and finally form a ball like this. So you can see it's very soft and a little bit sticky. That's just the way we want it. And now we coat the bowl with 1 tablespoon of neutral oil. Just add it like this. Swirl it around a little bit. And put the dough into the bowl. Swirl it around a little bit more. And turn it once around so that the dough is covered with the oil. And finally, cover it with a towel. And put it in a warm place for about 1 to 1.5 hours, or until the dough has doubled in size. Alright, so here we are back again, 1.5 hours later. The dough has doubled in size and now it's ready to be rolled. For that, we're gonna slightly flour the surface, like this. Add the dough. We're going to shortly knead the dough again. And then we're going to roll it into a rectangular. about 1 centimeter thick. Alright, that's it. Next we're gonna prepare the filling. For that we're gonna melt the butter. Turn on the flame. Once the butter is completely melted, we're gonna add the poppy seeds as well as the remaining coconut sugar. Mix everything well. And finally, pour the mixture onto the dough. This. And then spread it evenly across the dough. Alright, that should be it. And now, finally, we're gonna roll it. Like this. Carefully. Make it into a roll. Alright, and then finally cut it into slices, about 3 to 4 centimeters. And then we're going to transfer those slices to a greased pan. Once you have placed all the rolls inside the pan, set it aside and let it rest for another 30 minutes. So, half an hour later, the rolls have risen again. And this is what makes them so fluffy in the end. Now, put the pan on a baking tray and bake them at 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 to 25 minutes or until a wooden pick comes out clean. Alright, so the poppy seed rolls are finally done. I already let them cool down for 10 minutes and you can either serve them like this or add a frosting. For the frosting, just add a few teaspoons of water to 1 cup of powdered sugar and mix. And finally, add the frosting to the poppy seed rolls. And there you go. Although it's a rather lengthy process, I can assure you it's totally worth it. These fluffy poppy seed rolls are the perfect treat to make everybody happy. At least these ones are going to make me happy. So, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see a certain recipe or know more about food photography and food styling, let me know in the comments below. And finally, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.